And one of the places he went to, of course, was Hong Kong. And he would say, this is a tiny little island. They really have no natural resources. It's a city on an island. And yet it's one of the most successful, prosperous, humane places on the face of the earth. And then you see the dark side. The iron fist of a communist regime. And a fascist by the name of Xi. And Xi has spent 7 years consolidating power. Even people who were former allies, he's had them knocked off or thrown in prison for life. He's a killer. He's a killer. And they round up Muslims. 3 million of them are in concentration camps. You don't hear a lot about that. And they're destroying Christian places of worship, churches. They're pulling down statues of Jesus Christ. And they're putting in portraits of Xi. Xi considers himself the new Mao. And he is a brutal killer, despite what you see on television. And James Carafano of the Heritage Foundation, he's writing, the outside world can do little to assure the future of freedom in Hong Kong beyond making the case that preserving the principles of liberty are at stake. Nevertheless, the plight of that territory's more than 7 million souls can teach us an important lesson about what China has in mind for the rest of the world, and it's not good. For starters, the continuing protests speak volumes about China's commitment to one country, two systems. You see, when the British transferred sovereignty over Hong Kong to China in 1997, the communist regime agreed to this arrangement. It guaranteed that Hong Kong would be allowed to maintain its own governance and economic system. That's what I mean, these negotiations with the Taliban and people talk of negotiating with Iran. Are they stupid? Have they lost their minds? The Hong Kong system, one of the great economic freedom has produced, one of the greatest economies, I think he means, freedom has produced, has tremendous economic success. But economic freedom is no more popular than political freedom among the Chinese Communist Party members. And in recent years, Chinese authorities have been encroaching on the rights supposedly guaranteed to Hong Kongers under the One Country, Two Systems agreement. But matters came to a head in April, when the Hong Kong government, under heavy pressure from Beijing, introduced legislation that would allow people accused of crimes against mainland China to be extradited.